What's going on, NMO fans? This is your host Alex Lexus coming at you with another installment for the NMO Mugen Arcade TV show. And this episode comes on the heels of the reveal trailers for Jin Kazama, Akuma, Ogre, and am I missing anybody? Yeah, Vega or Bison. And I am happy to see how now in this the final stages before release, how some of the characters turned out. Now, first, let me go with something familiar first. You got Bison, or Dictator. I'll call him Dictator. I like what they did with them. He's pretty much the same model Bison from Street Fighter 4. Not much too different, except those of you who saw his super with the scissor kick and how they took the elements from Street Fighter EX series, the 3D one for those of you that don't know, and the CVS 2 where he does like the bicycle kick and then pumps you in the face and does the backflip. Looks awesome in 3D. Good job Capcom with that. Good stuff. But with Bison, it's more of you get more of what you already got in Super Street Fighter 4. So, you know, no qualms with Bison. Glad he's back. Next, Akuma. Akuma is good to see him. You know, with that new Masugi chop thing, where you know you see the Tensai when he does like that Power Geyser like move. My only thing is, okay, you got Akuma in there, and then coming off of Super Street Fighter 4 with Oni, that Akuma to me doesn't seem as like the brawlic, the beast, the powerhouse that you see in how Oni's character is portrayed, or his powered up state. So that's gonna lead me into another topic that I'm gonna get into after I do this little feedback thing with the new characters. Now getting into the newer characters like Jin and Ogre. When Street Fighter X Tekken PC comes out, watch how many mods. I mean, if the skins are in the same format as Super Street Fighter 4, I mean, you're gonna see people taking Ogre's skin and putting it on Seth because he's indeed Seth. If you look at him, you know I wouldn't say it's a lazy effort, but it's just because Seth is such a generic a 3D boss character like you see in DOA 4. Like you just have like some liquid or silver looking boss, and it's just easy to dress him up in something, and Ogre fit Seth's body style perfectly. So that was a very clever move, genius if you ask me. I mean, that looked pretty cool how Ogre's body is set up, and he looks true to the Ogre from the original source material from the Tekken game. So it was pretty cool. But last but not least, Jin looks awesome. I wonder what took so long to even announce him for the game, because it wouldn't have been a crossover series without him, Kazuya, Hahachi, you know, the core story people in the Tekken universe. So, but to see him, the way that the Ryu and Ken model works on Kazuya, Heihachi, and all that, it looks awesome. I cannot wait for it now. I mean, it's looking good. So hey, we're in that home stretch. We got like 2.5 weeks left, and then bam, here we go. But so far, characters look really good. The promo trailers are looking spot on. I mean, that one trailer with Ogre and Oni sitting in Antarctica, sitting on little iceberg things, and they're going at each other. And I mean, that if they keep that without going too much into like silly slapstick stuff, that game is going to be a powerhouse. I cannot wait for it. It's looking better and better every day. I've been keeping an eye on the streams, myself, Shinwar, and the other NMO staff. We're keeping our eye on this because I have something in the works where if I can get the funding, we might do something with Street Fighter X Tekken. So, you know, keep that in the back of your mind. Now, this is just The next topic I'm jumping into with the Pandora and what is this? Akuma, Ryu, Jin, and Kazuya. Now, I was having a discussion on Xbox Live about the Pandora mode, and would we, it was just, before I get my mind in a blender, I was wondering, okay, you got the Satsu no Haido, or Dark Haido, let me just leave it at that. You got the Devil Gene on the Tekken side, and it's something where, okay, there's no evidence of seeing Evil Ryu in the game. There's no evidence of seeing Oni in the game. You don't see Devil Jin or Devil Kazuya. I think, just as a little thing to soothe some of the small number of fans that would have liked to see Evil Ryu in the game, when Ryu activates Pandora, instead of having all that crazy glowing effects, he should just turn into Evil Ryu. Same thing with Akuma. When it goes into Pandora, turn into Oni, like have his gi top burst off and his hair change or go Super Saiyan shit or something. Same can go for the Kazama in Mishima, like have him they go into Pandora, have their wings bust out, like blood squirt out, or ink, or all those crazy effects or something. That would have been cool to incorporate just the skin instead of adding a full-fledged character, because with how they've been doing these games, like, alright, you have one character in one character slot, then you have the same version of that character powered up in another slot. That's a waste of data, a waste of a character. So what they should have done is consolidate, and with the Pandora, they could have done it with that just for those 4. Everybody else, you can have that whole ecstasy glowing shit, that would have been fine. But for those characters, that whole like a vast story with their inner power, that would have been a smarter move. And you can thank Shinwar for me putting this on the topic, because he was mentioning that to me. I'm like, damn, that's a good freaking idea. Hopefully in the future, Capcom might visit this. Oh, maybe Tekken or Tecmo might take a look at this and go that route, instead of wasting slots and just outright not including them, because everybody knows the backstory behind the Dark Hado and the Devil Gene. It looks like you're never really gonna play it, because I think maybe because the game is seen as a celebration game per se. But I love story. I love drama behind the fight scene in a game. So that would have been cool to see. But for that Pandora, I want fans to give me their thoughts on that, because I think that would have been an excellent idea. You don't have to change their moves or anything like that, but just add the skin. Just soothe some of us a little bit. That's all I ask. Now, comment on the gem system. Overall, again, I have not played it, but I've done extensive research and reading, because I am a little bit scared of this thing. However, those of you, and especially you younger crowd out there, that I'm going to school you real quick. Capcom is a business, and I'm not justifying them adding tools to make scrubs stand up to other people. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Anyway, now it's like, okay, with the way that Capcom has done it, or Ono-san's team has done it with the gem system, you're gonna have it where it's basically like training wheels for some, and then it's going to be like extensive strategy. It's gonna be a new layer of strategy for top level players, and that could be a good or a bad thing. But zoning in on the casual players, Capcom also has to survive, so they have to push more units. So if somebody doesn't know how to play the game, and you have the assist gems to help them with the easy inputs, auto-teching and all that, they can focus more on, hey, understanding the mechanics of the game. And once they're good, then you can take the training wheels off. I'm sure this has been put out there, but for my animal audience, I just want to make sure that people understand that I don't think Capcom wanted to break the game. They're just trying to introduce it to more people. You may agree or disagree. I'm indifferent to it. I just want to I understand where it came from. So that's just my comment on gems right now. And finally, I will, those of you who saw the Mega Man rant video, I just want most of you guys, and including the Capcom staff at Capcom Unity, when I posted that video in their forums, don't take it personally. I'm one of those gamers that's just passionate about some of the characters. It's like you got people who like Harry Potter books and Lord of the Rings books. These are my books. These are the stories. Like I follow these things, and it's just rough when you see your character just abruptly, you know, change like that. And then, you know, imagine if Ryu all of a sudden was completely changed. Like, not everybody would have the best reaction. Same thing with what happened with Dante with the Devil May Cry reboot. You know, it's just people are used to seeing a certain thing. I mean, Mega Man could play completely different, that's fine, but it's about the look. So if anything, that was just my opinion. It's not that I'm an asshole or anything like that, or, you know, Angry Joe, pretty much when he has his responses to things, that's how he's feeling. It's never personal. So I'm just saying, after doing some research, Inafune-san, when they thought, and we all know this, so this is just putting it out there on the surface so that others who didn't pick this up get it. They were going to introduce that Mega Man, the box art Mega Man, in a universe game. So now that got canceled, this Mega Man was already locked in. I think it wouldn't have been hard to just change the skin and turn him to something else. But this is how I felt about it. But, you know, I'm not apologizing for that. I just want some of y'all to understand where I was coming from with it. But overall, that's all I got for you. One final note. I was watching the streams on Event Hubs, and the stream with Gutex, Mike Ross, you had Maximilian on there, and they were, you know, playing Street Fighter X Tekken, and they must fix one thing. If anything, that Ken EX broken combo thing that you can rack up to 24 hits, and I'm thinking if Maximilian wanted to, he probably could have got more hits off of that, but he did it 2-3 times in a row, consecutive 24 hits. It's like, wow. So Capcom, take a look at that. Please patch it, because this is not Street Fighter Ken Strike, Street Fighter 3 Ken Strike, where, you know, Ken is super god tier or whatever. Please take a look at that, because as of right now, I haven't seen other characters with that from all the other videos, but this is something to keep in mind. But Animal fans, let me know what you think. My main thing I'm looking for feedback on is that Pandora thing with the characters transforming into something else. Let me know what you think. This is Alex Estes coming at you with another mini short. I'll see you next time on the NMO Mugen Arcade TV show.